Hey everybody, so Tim here once again from the Tactical Defender, out hiking, hanging out in one of my favorite spots, and as always testing gear, trying out gear. And I seem to go out and try out gear, test gear, play with gear far more than I actually publish the videos. I have a lot of videos that I'm just not posting. That to me takes up hours, believe it or not. So anyway, but this particular video I wanted to discuss my Esee number 4. Of all the videos that I have, I think the one with the most views is the Esee number 4. They're amazing knives, great knives. I'm not a collector. I don't have a lot of knives, but the ones I do have are basically Esee knives. I don't have the whole line, working on that. And at one time I did, but I have a habit of you know, people that can't afford something, if I have it and I'm not using it a lot, and they will, I'll give it away or trade it or sell it on the cheap. And because I don't like gear just hanging around, just doing nothing, collecting dust. If I'm not using it, I honestly don't want it. But anyway, one of my favorite ones, and I'll never get rid of, is the Esee model number 4. This particular knife is the gets a lot of questions on my what do you call it, on my channel, out of all the videos I've ever made. Great, amazing all-around knife, you know, camp knife, hiking knife, survival knife, tactical knife. I mean, anything you want to do, this knife does it. I can tell you, I don't baton with it. A lot of people are about batoning. I don't baton. If I'm going to baton, it's with either the Esee Hoonglass or something similar. Not this. Can it do it? Oh God, Jesus Christ. Can it do it? Absolutely. Do I use this for that? I have, but it's only if, let's say, I didn't bring the Hoonglass. But I'll be honest with you also that the majority of the times that we've gone camping, hiking, and set up a fire, we don't baton. I don't know why people do so much batoning. I honestly don't know. I could be wrong. It's been a few years, but even Jeff Randall himself, who is part owner of Esee, he even said, because you know he does the survival classes all over South America, all over the place. He even said that they never baton, ever. I do believe the one thing he asks you to bring, or one of the many things, is a machete, and that's really kind of it. Now, can his knives baton? Absolutely. Will this baton? Hell yeah. But I mean, I keep the blades really clean. I mean, we're looking at 2 years of use, about 2 years. Other than the handle darkening, I mean, the coating is pretty much staying on. I'm hoping I'm in the sun. There's a lot of shade near the camera. I don't know if you're getting this, but I take care of the blade really well. I don't baton, so you're not going to see all the striations there along the blade. I use it to cut. I use it to process wood, shaving. And I'm not much of a knife sharpener. I can get an edge on a knife, a usable edge that I need for what I do, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to win any contests for sharpening, that's for sure. It holds an edge very well, and takes an edge very well. Again, I can't sharpen. I use the Spyderco Sharp Maker, and I get this thing razor blade sharp. For what I need, it will sharp. If you gave it to somebody that really knows what they're doing, they looked at it really fine, and they're going to go, my God, what the hell have you done? But it works. It works. A couple things. The overall length, for some of you that are looking to get one, if you don't already know, the overall length is 9 inches. Okay, from tip to stern. All right. The blade is just over 4 inches. 4 inches, 4.6 inches. And thickness, 3/16 of an inch. It is 7.4 ounces total weight. It's got what I call a double choil. You know, when you're using it, a lot of times you're up here. You're going to do fine detail work on a knife or even food prep. You kind of choke up right here. That's not a place you want to put your finger if you're going to stab something or wood. Because if it slips, well, there goes your finger. But if you're cutting this way, that's a good place to hold it. It does have a lanyard hole in the back, Okay, I honestly don't have, my larger knives, I have lanyards on. When you're swinging away and you're cutting, you don't want that thing going flying. Again, I don't baton with this. I don't chop with this. It's not a chopper. I consider it a small camp knife, hiking knife, and it is 1095 high carbon steel. Heat treated, probably one of the best in the industry if you ask me. Rowan makes the blades. I think they still are. I'm not honestly too sure. I haven't been in the forum lately. I haven't been on the site for a little while. Just been real busy, but it does have linen micarta handles, which I love. When they're dry, they're very grippy. You're not going to slip. When they're wet, now it's really hot and humid out, I'm all sweaty. It's not coming out of my hand. It's in there. Matter of fact, when it's wet, it's even more grippier. They do darken. I didn't darken these. They do darken with use. You can clean the micarta. I do, again, believe, I could be wrong, I do believe that Jeff Randall said do not take them off to do that, because I think there were some people had a problem getting them back on. Clean them on. Personally, I don't clean mine. I like them that like that. I like my stuff look to use. I like my handles dark with sweat, maybe blood. And, you know, one thing too that I always go back on, I have a lot of experience in the martial arts. And as if you know anything about martial arts, that's how the black belt came about. You never washed your belt. They didn't have color belts many, many years ago. You were given a white belt, that's how you trained. The darker your belt came, blood, sweat, tears, dirt, the darker it became, the more experience you could tell who, you know, who knew what, or how long they've been training. At least they have a lot of experience. And the worst thing you'd ever do is wash your belt. You washed away all those years of experience. I'm kind of like that when it comes to my knives. When it comes to, at least to these type of handles, micarta handles, or my backpacks, you know, I don't wash them. I want them dirty. I want them used. I want them to look like I'm out and there's memories, you know. I'm not a guy that gets a knife, especially Esee knives, people. These aren't made to get and just sit up on the wall and look pretty. Use them. Get out there. Use them. I heard once somebody say, and I've said it, and I love the saying, someone wanted to know, he had a little bit of surface rust on his knife. How can I get it off? And they said, get outside and use the damn thing, you know. And that's great. I love that. You have to get out and use it. That's what they're for. Does have some jimping, or if you're a fan of Not Fancy and his son, they call it gimping. Does have some jimping, double choil, linen, does have some coating. I forgot the name of it, but I was using one thing. Every time I use it, I get home, I don't clean them, I just coat it. Matter of fact, I was doing the handle too, because the screws will kind of get a little rust. I coat it. I forget what it's called, dummy me. That rag, it's covered in an oily material. You just wipe it and you're good to go. But I recently bought some frog lube for my guns. And I've watched some videos of people using frog lube on their blades. And they love it. So, and it's organic if you want to food prep and stuff. So I'm actually going to start using that. You know, one thing I want to discuss, where I always carry, when we go out, I may not take, I always have a handgun, I may not take all my knives, or the ones I have. Usually it will be the Esee Hunglas and the number 4. Occasionally I'll take the Esee Izula. I recently, I'm afraid to admit, recently got rid of my Esee Hunglas. Somebody wanted it. It wasn't getting a lot of use. It was on my pack all the time. It was heavy. I wasn't using it a whole lot because, like I said, we don't baton. We don't. Every time we set up a fire, we hardly ever need to baton. I ended up selling to somebody really cheap because he really wanted one and he couldn't afford one, so I gave him mine. I'm kicking myself in my ass. If you own an Esee Hunglas or any Esee knife for that matter, hold on to them. Don't get rid of them. And they're amazing knives. And I gave it away to somebody real cheap. Somebody really wanted it, couldn't afford one, and I regret that. I'm happy that I made them happy, but at the same time, I kind of regret it. But anyway. Let's discuss, I carry my Esee always right here. If I need it fast, good to go. Now let's discuss the sheath. Kydex sheath, very simple. There's a hole there to drain. You know, it does come with, I believe they're called tech locks. You can have them on your gear. This particular Max Edition backpack, it tucks right up underneath, doesn't go anywhere, never have a problem with it coming out. It is high quality Kydex, not plastic, not cheap. I do believe that the number 5, number 4, and the Esee Hoonglass are the only ones that come with actual Kydex sheath. The number 3 in all its variances, as well as the number 6, come with more or less, in the Esee Izula come with more or less a cheaper plastic sheath. Still very nice, still very strong, but not Kydex. I'm not going to say I know why they do that. I don't know why they do that. But anyway, I think it has something to do with the cost. You know, it would take the knife to a cost that they're not comfortable with. But I've had people ask me, will the Kydex... by the way, I carry this tip up. Never, ever has it come out. Ever, ever. Not kidding, ever. And I've taken some serious falls and jumped off stuff. And a few people asked me a couple times on my YouTube channel. They heard, or they're concerned with the Kydex dulling the blade. I'm going to tell you that's a big fat lie. I've had this a better part of 2 years or more. I've never, I mean, I don't see that happening. I don't even believe it touches, to be quite honest with you, because there's very, very little play. And when it's sitting in there, it's kind of sitting down. It's not touching up here where the blade is. It's just not. I have looked in there with a flashlight. As a matter of fact, the first time somebody asked me about that, I'm like, huh, I don't know. I don't think so, but got a flashlight, look down in there, there's nothing there. There's no scrape marks or cut marks from the blade. It's not going to dull. So anyway, if you are thinking about getting an Esee, you're not sure about spending the money, I'm telling you right now, go get an Esee. That's really all I own. For fixed blades, that's all I own. I own a Spyderco and a CRKT for folders, but as far as fixed blades are concerned, I only own Esees. I will only own Esees. Are there others out there that are good? Absolutely. Fantastic. But no need to replace perfection. And they have also, as far as I understand, the absolute best warranty guarantee in the business. More or less, no questions asked. Something happens, you're going to fix it. Fix it or a new one. There were people that were throwing them at trees. Look, I have experience with throwing knives. This is not a throwing knife. All right, people? I'm telling you now, not a throwing knife. People have broke the tip. They replaced it. Somebody cut a huge groove back here. They were going to use it for a fire starter. Dumb. Don't do that. Get the proper tools for that, okay? At the very least, take some of the coating off the back, somewhere up on the spine, and use that. Don't cut a big gouge there. That's dumb. He also, I believe, got another knife. But anyway, awesome knives, everybody. Go check them out. And they're good stuff. I just can't say enough. I will never get rid of this. I'm going to work on collecting the rest of the Esee knives that I don't have or that I gave away or sold real cheap to people that can't afford an Esee. And I'm going to go get some more. And I love them. One last thing. You can tighten the tension with the screws here, okay? When I got this over 2 years ago, I put these screws in. I have never, ever tightened them since the day I got it. It's no lie. Never, ever tightened the screws since the day I got it. And it's in there. It's in there. It's not coming out. It hangs here, not falling out. Good stuff. Great all-around knife. And go to their forum, talk to the people, wonderful people on the forum. A lot of people, a lot of knowledge there. And I get most of the stuff that I know and learned, I got probably from there. It's certainly about knives. And go on the Esee website, they'll show every day. They got a new line of, I think they call Venom Green, the zombie knives. Not a big fan of those, honestly. They're amazing, no doubt. They're still an Esee, but I don't like the colors. I like more subdued, more hidden, camouflage, blending, call it whatever you want. The last thing I want people to do is see me anyway. All right, everybody. I appreciate you tuning in. Get yourself an Esee. You're not going to regret it. And we'll talk soon, okay? Be safe.